let's talk about TIX, because I think this song might divide opinion. So last night on the show, there was some divided opinions about this, but I think given the feedback that we've had so far from the Norway fans via the NRK website and the vote they've been doing, I'm kind of keen to understand where this sits, because what we must remember is that TIX is a huge star, and of his last 9 singles in Norway, 3 of them have gone directly to number 1, and 7 of the 10 have made the top 10. So this guy is no slouch. Vocally, he was on point this evening. We'll get to the staging in a minute, because I'm sure there's lots of people got lots to say about that. But what are we currently thinking about this song? And it's obviously in the final, but does it stand a chance up against the 2 songs that have already qualified, with Kano and with Blas Marfen? I'm going to ignore that comment, because that was deliberately designed to throw me off. Yeah, I won't say what I actually feel. Morten, let's bring you in. Let's bring Morten in. So what's the tea on this song since tonight's performance? Because fair to say, it's a little bit divided, isn't it, in terms of whether people like it. Some people like it, some people just absolutely detest it. What's the feeling?
Well, of course there are some people like at our side that some people love it and think it's so good live and are going to vote for this in the final. And of course there are some people that really don't like this at all, and NRK gave this a 1, or not NRK, but a man reviewing the song for NRK gave this a 1 out of 6. So of course this is splitting people from loving it to hating it. Personally, I think it was really good live, and I love the staging with the wings, and for the lyrics and his previous songs as well, it really fits in with the staging, and he really hit those vocals live as well. So I don't think you should count him off yet, at least, because he has great chances. But there are a lot of Norwegians who actually don't like Norwegians singing in Norwegian, because they don't think they stand a chance in Eurovision, of course, when they sing in their native language. So I don't know, but I don't think we should count him off yet, because it was a great it is a great song, and it was a great performance tonight.
Thank you, Morten. Joe, let's bring you in on this. We talked about this last night. What are your thoughts on this, having seen it live? Do you think it stands a chance?
I don't, unfortunately, unless he's got so many fans that he wins on that basis. I mean, I thought his singing was great. I don't dislike the song at all. I actually think it's nice to me. It's the middle of the road nice, but it's, for me, it's not got a wow factor. And I just absolutely detested what he was wearing, the wings and the coat, the really long coat that you could trip over. Not a fan of fur coats anyway, so I think in my mind straight away I'm thinking, even if it's fake, I'm like, yeah, I hate it. So, and I know I got put off. I remember actually thinking, oh, this is time to go and top my drink up. I really didn't see the performance all the way through, because it lost me about halfway through. So no, sadly, I don't think he's got a chance.
I thought the actual staging was pretty understated, to tell you the truth. Let's just remind ourselves of the performance. So, I mean, when you sort of look at that and you're thinking, well, you know, they've set a pretty low bar there with staging. I mean, how the hell do you kind of elevate that? Obviously, I'm joking. I mean, they threw everything bar the kitchen sink at this. Elina, let's bring you in on this discussion. What did you think of this, and how do they, given what you've heard tonight from some of the panelists, how does TIX elevate this in the final? Because he's got plenty of weeks to think about his performance and his staging. What has he got to do to stand a chance?
Lose the costume. I mean, for me, I liked the song, and I liked the fact that it was in Norwegian. And as I was just watching Eurovision, I would vote for the song because it's in Norwegian. I like it when they go back to their language, but as a performance, I didn't like it. Like, I understand it, but I don't like it. And honestly, I don't know how they could do it better. No, yeah, it got me lost.
So I think it's fair to say the panel are a little bit undecided on whether this can be successful or not. So I think we're going to have to wait and see. TIX has got 4 or 5 weeks to really get this mastered. It's got time to rethink the whole thing. The song's pretty good. If you take the song in isolation, it's a good song. It's nice to listen to. He sings it well. He's a great singer with a great pedigree. Steve's shaking his head. He doesn't agree. Let's bring Steve in.
I just thought it was a bit bland, to be honest. And I think... I suppose it could win Melodi Grand Prix if he's got a huge fan base, but I wouldn't see this coming out the semis, whatever he does to it. Because it just didn't... I've heard it a few times now, and it hasn't landed with me.